full of weaklings and degenerates. But this is something that me and Andrew preach all the time, and I'm very happy to see you guys doing it. You three have obviously teamed up and aligned your mindsets and aligned your goals to achieve something in common. You started your podcast. That's awesome. I'm glad to be here with you guys. What exactly do you want to change about society? I'm curious.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think, in my opinion, and I know everybody here agrees, there's a lot of degeneracy going around. And if we're going to get specific, it is around the sort of behaviors and the way I think social media plays a big part in this, in the way that we interact as humans with each other, and the sort of ideas have changed. Myself, and I know everybody here, we're very sort of traditional in terms of our values, and we kind of want to bring that back,
Yeah, just like the honor, integrity, those kind of things. So we're talking about the romanticization of, for example, drug use. We see like the OnlyFans and all that. And even, what is else? Drugs. Yeah, we spoke about drugs.
Violence as well. Yeah. I mean, even this day and age, whatever song you're listening to, it's always talking about violence, and it's really just being glorified.
And you three are doing the most important thing. You have to understand that in a free market capitalist society, because I am a free market capitalist, as I'm sure you are, we're not communists. You have to understand that these ideas and the things that aren't particularly good for the world are always going to exist. So what you need to be doing, and what I would advise everyone listening, I guess, to do, is to avoid these things yourself. I mean, there are lots of people who say, "Oh, we need to ban gay pride parades, we need to ban Pornhub, we need to ban this and that." Look, drugs have been banned for 60 years, and drug use has never been higher. The way to make sure that these things don't infiltrate society is to make sure these things don't infiltrate yourself, and they don't infiltrate your own life as men yourself. I know people, unironically, Republican podcasters who are relatively big, I'm not going to say any names, who will take cocaine and engage in what we would refer to as degenerate behavior, and then they'll go online and preach. The number one way to stop these things from spreading isn't to attack them at the source, because as long as there's a demand, there's always going to be a supply. Hacking people and insulting people is never going to bring people down. You don't like gay pride parades? Don't go, and advise other people not to go, and talk to your friends about honest reasons why you shouldn't be going. Because if no one went to them, then they wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
That's right.
If everyone gave them up, the drug users, the drug dealers, and the smugglers and the cartels would all vanish as well. Well, I have a question for you. So It's not necessarily that these voices are louder. They are, but I would agree that a lot of the extreme degeneracy in the world is purported by a very few voices that are very, very loud.
Yeah.
The question I would ask is, because this has to do with censorship as well, the voices who are speaking for common sense are censored very heavily. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the people who purport crazy ideas are allowed to speak freely? And those of us, I mean, I'm banned from almost every social media platform that there is. And what do I do?
Yeah, I think it's about...
I think it's mainly about distraction. The people in power want to distract us so we don't come together.
Yeah, it's the emasculating agendas. If you have a bunch of weak-minded people, it's a much easier crowd to control. So that's why I mentioned before. It's like, look, at best case, it's just going to be a tyrannical society. Worst case, you just use your imagination. How bad can it get?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So
the word you're looking for is hedonism. I feel like hedonism is pushed massively on young men. And my brother says this all the time, because they want everybody obsessed in a quest to find happiness. And we believe as men, it doesn't matter if you're happy or not. You should get up every day and do what you need to do. I mean, yesterday I just got sentenced to more house arrest. The police keep coming to my house. I keep getting fucked around in court and locked down in my house. But I'm smiling every single day because I'm not searching for happiness. I'm searching to be proud of myself. Pride is what I'm looking for. And I don't mean pride in the degenerate way that it's used today. I mean pride within myself. So, you have to understand that this self-interest it's self-interest that's being pushed. young men are told, listen, all you need to care about is if you are happy at this very moment. You want to see pornographic images, you want to use drugs, you want to sleep all day, you want to, not be ambitious, not attack the matrix. That's perfectly fine as long as you're happy. But one, it leads to sadness because these people are a lot less happy than people like me. And two, when people are obsessed with their own struggle for happiness every single day, they get distracted from the goals that they need to be setting in the world.
Yeah.
In terms of building families, building businesses, building strong networks.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to touch on was because